So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Rebel City podcast. As always, my partner in crime, Paul, here with us. How's it going, mate?
Very good, mate, very good. Been podcasting at my nut. I've started producing other people's podcasts just as a way to supplement my income, basically. But I did my first one yesterday. It was actually a lot of fun, but I feel I've been mixing in fucking podcasts.
Been cheating on me?
Aye.
I'm glad you swore there. Look, I make swear, so you swore, so I don't know what the boundaries are going to be.
This is the ongoing joke, is that 10 minutes in somebody will cool to swell. I'm like, aye.
That's your boom.
So, for those of you who don't know, we're delighted to welcome our guest this week, Neil Hood. Neil, I don't know, man, probably better just to let you introduce yourself, mate.
I've been DJing since I was 15. 36 on Saturday, so so been it a long time. Been lucky enough to play some quite big events, run some events and stuff like that.
Aye.
Had tunes signed to labels and stuff like that, so I've been going to do it for a while. But
aye. So what are you up to this weather? I think the last I seen you were working at the Radisson. Was it Red?
Radisson Red. So I'm a monthly resident in there just now.
Pictures for that place
it's
are amazing.
It's one of the best places I've ever played. I was approached by them before they opened, and one of my mates he'd already been given a gig between 6 and 9, but they were looking for people to fill up between 9 and 12 and stuff like that. And I got to meet them and got in before it opened and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And took us to the 9th floor where the rooftop bar obviously is, and it was just unbelievable. I knew it would be good. When you hear it's going to be a rooftop bar, you go, sounds amazing. And I actually went up and looked at it, I was like, this is ridiculous. And it kind of fitted the kind of music I like playing. I like playing a lot of disco and funk and soul and stuff like that. So when you're playing in there, it's not really a place for people to dance. Mm-hmm. It's more like kind of background music and just to set the vibe with the view and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I've been there since April, since it opened, and it's just going to be bigger things all the time. It's busy all the time. They're starting to use it for events and pre-parties for festivals and stuff like that. So there's a lot of good stuff going on.
I think I know it's getting bigger myself because I've got a number of mates who, after visits to it, are putting profile pictures up with them in it. As if this is the place to be. So
that's still point there. See the terrace outside. They know they're no daft. Like the girl Coretta runs it. She's great. She's really into it. She's like a marketing manager. She knew fine well that would happen. And Facebook's one of the biggest things now. So they're probably more traffic through Facebook pictures than there maybe any other like kind of advertising. So
it's the advertising, isn't it?
I've been on it a couple of times. It's nice one.
You were there for some working, weren't you?
I've been there for work. I've just went up and had just like a Diet Coke and just sat on the roof terrace, just in like a day off.
All right.
It's stunning, man.
It's unbelievable. It's like I said, it's one of my favourite places to play. I'm lucky enough to play in quite a lot of places, like diverse places, but to have your DJ box nine floors up, and where the DJ box is, it's actually all glass.
Right.
So you've got the hydro beside you and all that, like whilst you're DJing. So it's always good. The summer's unbelievable in it as well, because I had to wear sunglasses, but indoors though, because obviously they want the sun to come in. It makes it look nicer. So I had to wear sunglasses indoors. It looked a bit daft, but I couldn't see what I was doing, so I had to do it. So
what's the clientele like?
It's mixed because obviously it's a hotel first of all, so you're going to get people in of all ages, but it's probably about 18 onwards, to be honest. Like. It's mixed. A lot of people come in. The whole point of having DJs in it is so it's not a rooftop hotel bar. It's just it wants to be known as a bar in its own right. It doesn't want this to be known like a residence bar kind of thing. And I think you probably agree with me as well. When you get into a place and there is a DJ playing, it is different from just a bar and a jukebox, isn't it? So it's working because, like I said, they done a pre-party for the Electric Frog last year. They done a deal with Electric Frog when you could get 2 weekend tickets in a hotel room as well for like £100 or something.
Yep.
Which was good. So it's a mixed crowd, but it's a good crowd.
That's excellent, mate.
That's really good.
So in terms of, obviously you're saying yourself that it's sort of 21 years in the making at this point. Like, where did it start?
It's just, I give you different answers to this question because...
It's like Liam and Noel Gallagher of the
it's
DJ
weird because, like, my dad was a DJ, but he was like a gold medallion Rivers of Babylon kind of DJ, but he was...
The buffet's open.
Aye, but he was a DJ, and obviously he was performing to people, so I'd get with him, and he was called MC Hood, right? And it's like, he's first famous in Govan for this, right? And I had to mention him, and basically he'd a residency in a bar in Govan called Harmony Bar, and his name got around really quick. And this is back in like, the late 80s, 90s, so it's before anything like this.
Like
now,
social media.
it was all vinyl. And so his name got around really quickly, and he got asked to do a lot of communions and stuff like that. But I thought he was loving it.
Aye.
And I'd go away and I'd watch him. And I thought it was quite cool. My dad's a DJ, but that wasn't really the main thing that really made it for me. It was one of my mates, a guy called Tam McKenna, in fourth year or something, bought a set of these shitey decks, but they were like decks anyway. And up to his house, and we went up and he was playing records, and I just went like, "Can I get a shot at him?" He's like, "Of course you can." That was me, man. Just
connected with.
Oh, honestly, mate, I was just like, I want a bit of this, and I was like 15 at the time, 14. And then one of my other mates, Kyle, boy for government, stayed in my street. He got a set of decks, and I was like, "Nah, come along, if I mess about." And then he sold them to me.
Right.
And then I got a job in the Co. Well, that paid for them. It was on £2.99 an hour. I was on to get these decks. Honest to God,
I remember the days of Punch Stretcher. Aye.
So I was on £2.99 an hour. I was to get a set of decks, and then that was it. And I think it was the only thing that I really stuck.
Right.
So my mum, I play music ridiculously loud. Mum, if you're watching, I'm really sorry, Mum, because I must have done your nothing. But she didn't mind.
Right.
We spoke about it a while ago, and she was like, "It's the only thing you stuck. Like, you were addicted to it, buying records and all that." And there's people that are DJs that are addicted to buying records. Do you know what I mean? But I was really into it, and my ma took me like judo and all that, and I done it a week and never stuck to it, and the Boys Brigade and all that, and I was like, "It's like this." And then I got a set of decks, and that was it. And it was just, I was addicted to it, man. And then I still feel the same way now I did 20 odd years ago.
That's awesome, man.
So
we got another vinyl junkie here.
Well, I've calmed down a wee bit.
A wee bit.
It's addictive, but
I've got 2 shelves. There's something different about it. Like I've never really got into collecting CDs. Like,
there's no romance involved in it.
But I had a huge DVD collection, but vinyls or something about even just looking at them. I mean, I barely turn my record player on.
Just having them.
I'll go and buy them, and then I'll come home and put it on Apple Music, put it on the Bluetooth speaker, and not even play the vinyl.
I rip stuff to MP3 as well, because a lot of that stuff you get is like a lot of rarer stuff is like the vinyl only. So you want to have the best tunes, you want to have tunes that other people haven't got. So I'll find myself, I'll rip stuff and then play it live, but it will be.
You should do a lot of your SoundCloud stuff off the vinyls that you're putting up in that recently.
Aye, it's I done a live stream just for a wee mess about last week, and I checked it, it's like 3,000 views, and it was just me and my mate. He was even doing it, and just standing there.
I ain't actually seen it.
Aye, and it was just when a couple of happy hardcore records I got, and people are messaging me when you doing this again and that. So there is something romantic. I was actually saying off mic that you were getting stick for not having other episodes or whatever you were doing. I'm going to do another one maybe tomorrow. I think I've been collecting happy hardcore records recently.
Right.
I'm trying to cling to my youth or something.
Aye.
But
where do you go to buy them now?
Discogs. There's Discogs, or there's like.
So just online.
Aye. And or there's guys selling stuff as well. A guy from Liverpool sent me 25 records for like 80 quid, but I checked on Discogs and they're worth like probably 5 times that, maybe more than that.
Aye.
So they're a lot more expensive because they're so rare now, because they were produced in like the 90, 95, 94 and all that, and but there's still a big demand for it.
Aye,
100%, man.
Absolutely. It's weird that you're saying the happy hardcore, because I think when I think back early years and I was known each other for a while, like, I always associate you more with the sort of house side of things. Obviously,
100%.
your funk and wee bits of soul and stuff floated through it. So I don't think I've ever been to any of your events where you've been happy hardcore myself.
It was kind of what I grew up.
Relatively new.
It was what I grew up with. So it's what I listened to. Like before I could get decks, I'd listen to the Bonkers compilations. I don't know if any of you still remember them.
I
so,
remember.
Aye, so I used to listen to the Bonkers compilations, and it was like, and I went to the Unders, Archaeos Unders, which was mental, but amazing. And it was all that was kind of music. It was there. So there was a guy called Cammy, DJ Cammy, who I'm really, really good pals with now, and he was like my hero, and he's my mate. It's weird, but it's good. And that was the sound back end. So it's really sentimental.
Aye.
And it's when you play, if I do mixes, like happy hardcore mixes, they get the most plays on anything I've ever done in my SoundCloud. Like I put one up, and I get 1,000 plays in a week.
Wow.
I can put a disco mix up, and it'll get listens, but never need as much. So there's a romance linked to happy hardcore in Scotland, in Glasgow, definitely.
Man, I can remember fucking you go down the bars and buy like it was Source.
I was going to say
Remember
Source.
the Source?
Aye.
You would go and buy the tapes because
Aye.
whoever was putting
Rave
it on was
tapes.
obviously like ripping it, and then they were putting it down in the wee stall in the bars.
Mhm.
Used to go out to my cousin's house and we'd literally like three wee guys at like 8-year-old listening to happy hardcore with a strobe light and a smoke machine in their bedroom.
Sounds class. Sounds amazing. I would do that now.
Let's get it set up.
You're not even getting steam in, you're too young to get steam in, you're just jumping about your bedroom with a strobe light on.
You're
but
lucky
it
you're
was-
not get epilepsy, but
I know, man, but honestly, like pure quarantine, like fucking 1991 or whatever it
I think
was.
it's kind of indicative, but I think it's one of the things why when I was talking to you in the build up to this, I wanted Jen was that I think we've had a few bands, we've had a few musicians in and stuff like that, and I'm aware, even though I wouldn't necessarily classify myself as the world's biggest sort of dance music fan, that Glasgow does have and always has had, even Faye, as you say, the
Yeah,
unders all the way
definitely.
through, like a really vibrant dance scene. So I think it's something that we probably should be covering. You know what I mean?
Aye, for sure. Was there no one of the original? Was one of the original like, hardcore came from Glasgow? Did they know they used to?
Mark Smith. Mark Smith is one of the originals that played the Resurrections and all that. He's still going.
Yeah.
Right.
Unbelievable guy. What a DJ he. But actually, when you start DJing, you copy people that you look up to, and then from that, you'll probably copy people's podcasts and then use that to your own style.
Aye.
DJing's very similar. Like, so I'd copy people like Mark Smith and
Yep.
Scott Brown and Hicksy and all these guys years ago. But the thing about Scotland and as well as a whole, they were like massive in the hardcore scene. Like these guys like Scott Brown, Mark Smith and stuff like that. These guys were like big in the scene
Yep.
over in Holland and stuff like that. Scott Brown's still classified as a hero over in Holland. And,
Aye.
like now 20, 30 years later and all that. There's guys like Joe Deaton and stuff like that. He used to do the Metro back in the day and stuff like that. These guys were at the forefront of it, and Scotland as a whole as well were kind of responsible for some of the biggest events like the Resurrection and stuff like that. That was a Scottish event, and it was
Yep.
like one of the biggest. Fantasia was in Scotland quite a lot as well. So for a small country, they've made a big impact very
Aye.
early on in the
I
rave
think,
scene.
as you say, it's still something that's kind of prominent as well when you see things like Electric Frog and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like it's a more modern thing and a modern sort of setting in it. It's evolving as the city evolves.
There's definitely like Glasgow now has got some of the biggest DJs in Europe. There's guys like Dennis Salter, he's massive just now, he's everywhere. A guy called Big Miz. You'd like him actually because he's done a Celtic Sympathy dance version. I need to send you
Right, okay.
I need to send you it, man. It's actually really good. There's guys like Guy Jackmaster as well. He's massive as well. Like these guys have got like they're like on a world stage. They're
Aye.
doing like Ares and Barrentos. Like I grew up with Guy Ares. Him and his mate. They're signed to 12-room records of doing world tours and all that. And this sort of stayed
Wow.
Glasgow as well as not just Scotland. This is the song in Glasgow. I think the reason for it is because of the sub club and stuff like that as well. We are
Aye.
quite lucky. I think sometimes we don't realise how lucky we are. We get a lot of big names here all the time, and not every city or place in Britain gets that.
Right.
So
Even
were
just
lucky.
look at Edinburgh. Do you know what I mean? If you're a huge act, you're going to play in the Hydro. So there's nowhere in Edinburgh really. I mean, they're not going to put it on at Murrayfield. Do you know what I
No,
mean? It's
exactly.
too big. Do you know what I mean? Or it needs to be like nice weather. But
Aye.
even Edinburgh, like, you don't get them on the touring circuit. I used to get pissed off, and you would be like, "What do you got to fucking Edinburgh for?"
It's weird though, isn't it? One of my mates, a guy Tom Catley, I used to work with him in Sky.
Right.
He runs a festival now called Fly Club,
Nice.
and he runs a night in Cabaret Voltaire in Edinburgh.
Right.
And I played at that one night all night long. It was 4 hours. It's like a wee dungeon. It's one of the best gigs I've ever had in my life. Honestly, just a wee sweaty dungeon.
It's right on people's faces.
It's just amazing, man. And he's done a weekend festival in May, and see the acts he's got at like, biggest in the world.
Wow.
And this is a wee guy came to a call centre who's now one of the biggest festivals in Britain. Maybe if not Europe.
It's weird that that's the case because this is something we've touched on with previous guests like David Blair, like Gary Folds, and some of our upcoming guests in a few weeks that we've no released yet. And it's, the kind of like Jerry Cinnamon effect where it used to be a time where it was about labels, it was about all that kind of formal stuff. But it seems as though this is another area where people are out there just doing it for themselves and building reputations and building, futures and sort of, careers for themselves.
I think it's social media, but I think that's what it is. People are savvy now.
Just
And you
put
don't
on
need a
control
market.
and
You don't
then
need a
on.
marketing team as such to look at Lewis Capaldi. Like he's massive now. He's got a big team on it. But
Yeah.
the reason people like him is because he's got likability.
Yep.
He's funny, and that's why people like him. But it's all his wee daft Instagram stories that people know him for now more than probably
his tunes.
his songs, and it's because of social media. So it's
He's in danger of getting into the sort of OK Go thing where I think like
the videos.
I knew who he was, had seen his videos, and I was like, what put on one of his songs, was like, fuck, is that him? All right, okay.
He's unbelievable. The guy's unbelievable, but you're right.
He's a great wee singer, but he might end up in the sort of space where people are just not really giving a fuck about when his next song's coming out.
Like his next video,
his next tweet or whatever.
That he'd have a career as a comedian, never mind a musician. But the wee guy is excellent at singing. Like,
he's ridiculous, man. He is unbelievable. Go back to Jerry, like my pal Monk will be watching us. He'll definitely watch us. Monk, I love you. And also hate Monk because he's a cheeky bastard, man. He's really pally with Jerry, and they've been with him all the time, and he's never changed.
Aye,
just the same guy. Just loves playing to people and enjoying it and giving people a good night. And I think if you lose that, then you're fucked.
Aye.
And I think a lot of people do lose it.
I think it might be one of the things that's a bit easier to maintain within yourself, because if you've got that instant connection to your fans through your social media, through your tweets and all the rest of it, then it's by definition easier to stay connected to them when it comes to the actual gigs themselves. So in terms of the gigs themselves, where did you start? Well, I mean, it's a pretty crowded market. If you're a young guy coming up in that, it's got to be a bit of a graft.
To be honest, I was lucky when I started because it wasn't as saturated as it is now.
Right.
And the reason for it is because it costs money to DJ. When I started, you can get a wee controller and a laptop now for £150. And you've got to sell a DJ. When I started, it was £10 white labels and a set of decks. So if you were involved in it, investing in it, it was a lot of money. Whereas you can buy, like I said, you can buy a setup now for £100 and just start and go on a DJ and start streaming on Facebook if you're in Mo's Kitchen, and that's you a DJ. But you're still probably going to get thousands of people watching you.
Yeah.
So when I started, it was a pub in Govan. It was called the Richards Bar. If anyone knows Govan, don't know it. It's wild. And no, honestly, it's like something like a western.
It's like Govan Cross.
It's on Govan Road, and it had like painted floors underneath my carpet, and I swear to God, mate, and it was painted by boat paint for the shipyards.
Right.
So somebody stole boat paint for a boat and painted the flare with it. And
you're the classic Glasgow stab in.
It was red, funnily enough. Maybe that was to hide the bloodstains. But they asked me to DJ in there, and I'm glad I done it because it helped me deal with it. Idiots and not idiots, but deal with drunk people. I don't mean idiots. I mean people that are drunk and mental.
Aye.
And it was £50 a night, and it was mental, man. But I was playing country and western and Elton John and ABBA, and then the last tour I'd play like dance stuff, mine kind of stuff, and I knew everybody for that area, so it was good. It was a good laugh. Like, it was all my pals were in and all that, and it was good. But that was my first like gig, and then I was there for a wee while, and then I went through a good few years of doing hundreds of gigs for absolutely nothing, just to get it was like kind of like an apprenticeship. Now that way you get like a shite wage, and then eventually it comes good kind of thing. But I don't know. It wasn't all about the money, it was about just getting myself out there to get into bigger things. And I'd done a lot of gigs for free, hundreds, like literally hundreds of gigs.
Just anybody you could get them.
And then I got to the point where I was like really fed up. I was like, I'm doing gigs for people and I could maybe just do mine thing. Like, I might just make my own gig. Like, because the gigs were drying up because it was getting a bit more saturated and stuff. And I was like, why don't I just try and do mine thing? So there's a place called Drummond's.
Yep.
And I approached them. The says to the guy, like, I've worked in a call centre, I can guarantee you bodies because they'll all come, wait to pay weekend and I'll get them on kind of thing. And he said, how many can you get? And I said, I'll get 150. He says, well, I'll give you it for free if you get 150 through the door. So I called it up the tempo, which I thought was really cool at the time. And it was shite looking back of it at the time, it was good. And I done like £3 a ticket, and I done like 250 tickets.
Nice.
And bear in mind, I used Bebo quite a lot back then. So Bebo was the thing, so which I'm glad I did because it's helped me in later life, I think, with like Facebook and SoundCloud and stuff like that. So I done that for a while, and then people were asking me for gigs.
Right.
Rather than me going, and I went, hold on a minute, here I'm onto something here. So it was a few boys asked me for gigs that were part of me, and I got a wee guy called DJ Forson, unbelievable DJs, he's massive in the hardcore scene.
Right.
So I got to a stage where we're sharing gigs. So he says to me, I'll get you a gig in Archaeos, which is a dream.
Oh, aye.
If I can do this, so we can do it now, piggybacked on each other and stuff like that. I'd done a New Year event, and it was too busy. I couldn't let anybody else in. It was like we were busier than the O2 Academy that night on Hogmanay, which is mental. And they'd let chicane on or something, and I'm sure this might not be accurate, but somebody told me they only had like 300 bodies in.
Right.
MDP colours, which is I might be wrong, but that's what I'd heard. and this went on from strength to strength, and then what happened was, do you know Noble Whitelaw, the guy I was talking about earlier on, the guy for Bonkers? So I got really pally with him, and I said, look, I'll bring you bodies in, can maybe do a night together. And he says, he says, what I do a monthly Thursday. There was no mass debate, but it was just, alright. I was like, alright, I thought this was going to be hard. And then here it is in with him, and I done a monthly Thursday with him, and still with the following for the call centres that come to see us and stuff like that, and that was kind of the turning point, because I then got residencies in Vicky's.
Yep.
So I'd go in with the guys in there, and got pally with the guys in Vicky's and stuff like that, and they liked us and stuff, and I got a weekly Tuesday at one point, and a weekly Sunday. Sunday in Vicky's was like legendary if you were into that kind of music. So to get that was a big thing, and then I was in there for about a year and a half, and then I got let go. But it was by this point I was getting a taste for getting now good gigs, and also paid gigs as well, which is important because
makes a difference, doesn't it?
When I talk about money, it's not about making money. For me, it's like cost you money to DJ, because like I was spending like hundreds of pounds on like records and all that stuff at this time. Not as much, but it's progressing on like CDs and stuff. But I was still spending a fair bit in my trade. But that's when it kind of kicked on. But it wasn't. I was like 26. Let it finally go. I was going to buy an
11 years.
So it wasn't like I didn't go out and DJ right away either, because I was shite. I was absolutely terrible. I was horrendous, and I knew I was shite. And my pals were like, "You're not very good at this." and a lot of people buy decks and don't keep it on, because it's hard. It's playing on vinyl's harder than say CDs and stuff.
We've been there, haven't we? I think we'll no name them, but we get invited to one in the town one time, and me and you and 3 of the other lads rocked up to a pub in the town, and it was a mate's brother's first gig, and we walked into this pub pure half in the bag already, ready to go, pure ready to cut some rug, and walked in, and there was one mate up the far end of the bar, sitting with his decks out, and like one guy at the bar with a pint of heavy, and we were just like,
it's hard, man. It's tough. It's a tough. It's literally a tough gig when that happens, because it's happened to me other times. But the turning point we'd probably say was when I started playing Vicky's and stuff like that.
They're quite big. I mean, again, instantly recognisable venues, even if you're not into the dance scene in Glasgow.
Victoria's a big. It used to be really upmarket as well, and it was like that was a place to go if you were celebrities. Not like I'm sure Mike Tyson that was from.
Charlie Sheen was in Vicky's one night. Paul Gascoigne loved it.
Man, so it's like it was, and obviously as time changed.
They used to have the Moon.
Like next to
Savoy, like either side of Vicky's, and Vicky's was where the football players used to go.
100%. So it was like a big thing for me to play in there. The first day I went to Vicky's Sundays was like, it just blew my mind. Like the music and all that. I was like, this is fucking wild, man. This is amazing. I'd love to play in that. It was like the equivalent of playing at Parkhead to me. It's a loose analogy, but it is similar. Like
somewhere you'd had a lot of fun.
As a clubber, and then to go on the other side of the decks and play was amazing. And I played on and off for years, and like up to a wee while before it obviously it sadly burnt down.
It was an inside job. What was that all about?
I don't know what that was about, man. There's a lot of talk about that. I know the guys that own it, and I know they even get into it because they spent what a lot of people don't remember about Vicky's or don't know about Vicky's is they spent a lot of money on a hotel inside it, which is about to get released. Opened. Sorry, released. It was meant to get opened. So I don't know, like there's lots of now. As soon as it goes on fire, it's always insurance in it. Like
insurance show, but
no matter what it is, it's always going to be that.
And I think as well, the city centre. I mean, some of these buildings are legitimately ancient, you know, and there could just be a coincidental thing happening. But it's a shame that it loses, you know, like a kind of iconic sort of venue for people who are into that kind of.
I walk by it and I find it quite sad.
I think it's quite
a big empty hole.
Literally, that is what it is.
I passed by the other day on the way down for here actually, and was like,
another shopping centre.
Probably or flats. Everything's flats.
They're shutting the Savoy Centre one by one as the leases come up, and they're going to open that into like an office block, but they're going to try and relaunch the Sucky Hole Centre. Remember the Sucky Hole Centre? It used to be like further up, had a fountain. It was never on. But they're going to try and do another incarnation of Sucky Hole Centre in the site where Vicky's.
I think the Savoy still does well. I've not been in it for a long time. I've not played in the Savoy. I'd like to do that for a chuck it. Just like bucket list. Like it's a mental gaff. I would just like to do it, man. Just to say I've done it.
I mean, the Vickies isn't the only one as well. I mean, obviously we've lost the Arches in the last couple of years as well, which is obviously a shame. Another iconic sort of dance venue that just...
It's the best place it's ever... It's the best place.
I've been there for gigs, I've been there for dance acts.
No matter, it's opened back up now. It's obviously
is it?
It's opened back up as a bar now. So Innis and Gunn have got it. They've actually got a brewery inside the Arches. And they brew the beer in there.
Right.
So it's good that it's getting used.
It's
because it's some venue.
It's
nice it's getting used, but it's not getting used to what we know it is.
No.
But SWG3's probably better than the Arches, to be honest.
This is one of these chats we had with another recent guest where we were saying that as much as older venues, and we were talking about the kind of toilet tour, the Tuts and all these kind of smaller venues and how they kind of dry up, but then we get these newer, more sort of modern venues like the Bandstand and SWG3 and stuff like that. So I think it is about the evolution of the city and where it goes with these things. And
definitely.
But at the same time, I'd love to be, if somebody was saying to me tomorrow, the Arches is open up for a couple of nights, I'd be like,
you would go,
get me in, even though I know I'd probably be taking a ticket off a real fan.
The SWG3's galvanisers, if you've ever seen that, man, it's ridiculous. It's like far bigger than the Arches and all that. And it's like that's custom built for clubbing or events.
Yeah.
Right.
So you'll find that when something like that's made for a purpose, it's obvious. You'd assume it's always going to be better.
Of course, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Good sound and stuff.
It's ridiculous. I've played in it. Not in the Galvanize. I've played in the SWG3 a couple of times, but I was down the stairs and they've got this wee like tomb kind of. I don't know what you call it, man. It's a wee tiny room, but it was good. I've enjoyed it. Like I played with Steve Lawler, which is a hero of mine as well. I got to meet him as well, and I always get worried when I meet DJs because I did become a fanboy, even though I might be trying to act cool. But he was.
I remember you having a similar thing with Cal Cox at one point.
He's a boy, man. He's an absolute boy. But I've never the pleasure of DJing him. I've love it. But I've DJed with Steve Lawler, and he was just the soundest guy. And I think sometimes people always say don't meet your heroes, and that I've been lucky enough to meet a couple of people that I see as heroes, and they've all been quite sound actually. They've all been alright. Nobody's been like a
hints and tips like. The
only one that was a bit weird was a guy called Eddie Halliwell.
Right.
He was my ultimate hero, man. Like this guy could do in a set of decks was unbelievable, man. Like and my pal Hutchie, he got me in a gig in the Arches, and the same night as Eddie Halliwell. So I was creaming my pants. I can't believe this, man. This is unbelievable. I told everybody about 50 times. And my mate Hutchie got me a VIP band, which meant I could go backstage and all that. I was like, yes, I'm going to meet Eddie Halliwell tonight. And then I met him, he didn't even talk to me, man. I was trying to talk to him, he just looked at me like I was fucking daft. And I was like, I'm a pure massive fan, good to meet you. And he's like... And I got a picture of him, but people were like, who was he? I was like, didn't he talk, man? I don't know if he's a mute, I don't know. But didn't he talk? Never spoke to me, man. No. Like, I never spoke, and then his agent kind of dragged him away, but... I still put the picture on the gram and that, obviously, and Facebook and all that, but I was like, what should he least it? A syllable would have been nice, or a vowel or something, or a noise, but nothing.
Just nothing?
Nothing.
Strange.
So it was a bit weird.
I think it sounds like, obviously, I know, obviously you've done a lot of big gigs around about Glasgow and stuff like that, but you've not just been limited in terms of that. I mean, obviously you've mentioned Edinburgh, but you've got a reputation of travelling a fair bit as well and gigging outside of Glasgow too.
I've been quite lucky to meet a lot of good people along. That's one of the good things about DJing as well. Like you get to meet a lot of good people, kind of similar to you, but you're doing. You'll meet a lot of good people doing this, and
definitely.
You'll meet bankers as well. But you'll meet a lot of good people, and I've been lucky enough to meet more good people than not. And I've met a guy called Dave Thompson and his pal Leon, and I'm lucky enough to have a good relationship with him. And I DJed in the Fur Bar last February with a guy called Scream.
Right.
Who's
like, that's Stirling, isn't it?
Aye. So
I remember it well.
I used to buy tapes. You're talking about buying tapes. I used to buy tapes for the Fur Bar, and there's a wee guy in about the bars and all that as well.
I remember the Fur Bar tapes at the bars as well. Was that for Stirling?
Aye. So
I never put two and two together. That was the same place.
Aye. So that's still gone, and it's like an iconic club, and it's going back to the Happy Hardcore days. That was a club I used to listen to. So to get to play there, but to get to play there with a guy like Scream, he's another hero. I mean, he's a pioneer. He's like he was on Radio 1 for years with Benga and stuff like that, and they more or less invented dubstep. He's more or less the guy that invented that. Like a genre of music. It's no.
I still to this day use your analogy for dubstep every time I'm talking to dubstep about anybody, because I was sitting with Neil one time, and I was like, so I come across this thing, man, like you're gonna love it, like dubstep, and he's like, dude, of course I know what dubstep is, I'm a fucking DJ, and I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, it's like listening to a robot have a wank. I was like,
that is a bit.
That is the best.
I still to this day use that, so I've been getting good mileage out of that.
So he was kind of the guy behind that, and I got to DJ with him in the Fur Bar, and he was so sound, man. He was so after I played, I was literally on before him, like, so I warmed up for him, which is probably one of my biggest gigs.
Yeah.
And I sat in this wee, like, it was like a wee, I think it was like a speaker box or something, and there was something with some of the PA, and I sat down like, wow. And he pulled me back up and done that and pointed at me and gave me a round of applause and that, and every day up and all that. I was like, fuck it. And he probably deals with warm-up DJs every week. And he didn't need to do that, man. And he spoke about me and all that, and he told me what he liked about my set and all that, and gave me a few tips and stuff like that. And
that's awesome.
They've also booked me to play with, there's guys called Camel Fat.
Okay. I've seen you promoting that.
So I'm warming up for them next Saturday. They're behind a tune that Noel Gallagher said he wish he wrote.
Alright.
So which is a bit of a mental thing, but it's I had to watch the video to believe it yet. So he said that it's a song called Cola.
Okay.
Massive, one of the biggest tunes of the year, a couple of years ago. Noel Gallagher came and said, I wish I'd wrote that dance record, which I think's a massive compliment.
It is.
Two boys for Liverpool. They're massive now. They're absolutely massive. So I'm warming up for them next Saturday through City in Falkirk, which is an amazing club. It's custom built as well. I think it's a built club now. It's now for that purpose.
Aye.
It's one of the best clubs I've ever been in, anywhere, including places abroad and stuff. It's massive.
I've heard it before because it's the only place in Falkirk.
I think it's one of the biggest. But it's massive and it's really, really good. So Dave and Leon run nights in City in Falkirk and the Fur Bar. So they've asked me to go and play that. They've asked me to play another massive gig in May, but I can't say it yet.
Of course.
But it's different for me.
Right.
So it's different for me. It's not somebody I've warmed up for before, but it's somebody I hold in a high regard.
Cool.
But I can't say it because he'll put me right in the buzz.
No worries,
but that'll be in Falkirk as well, and I think it's the 11th of May. So when I get to post that, I'll tell you about it.
We'll retweet the shout out.
I can't do now.
Of course, man.
Because he'll definitely put me in the buzz. But they've got me a few gigs over there. I'm playing Ibiza in the Highlander on the 27th of April as well, so I'm really proud of the guys in the Highlander.
That's awesome.
I've played
been there before, eh?
I've done their boat party at Sunset as well, which was one of the best nights I've ever done in my life. Like playing on a Ibiza Sunset on a boat in Ibiza.
I don't know how I don't get something like that.
It was amazing. It was honestly, it's one of the best nights in my life because I got to play the last set. So it was literally when the sun was setting and I was playing. So it was just, you can't make that shit up, man. That's all. I'm still proud. That was in 2012, but I'm still really proud of the guys in the Highlander. And every time I go over, even for a holiday, they go come and play. Aye. So I've spoke to wee Calvin and I've sorted it. So I think I'm playing the opening night's the 27th. The Ibiza place opens on a Friday. Apparently the opening night needs to be a Saturday. Apparently it's tradition.
All right.
Or he's talking shite to me. I don't know. But aye, so that's on the 27th of April. Aye, so
that's awesome, mate.
A lot of stuff going on.
In terms of the other big gigs, I know obviously recently, I think you were in with Annie Mac. Is that right?
I played Radio 1 in September. It was quite weird. So I do freshers every year.
Yep.
In the Glasgow Uni, and we Cammy, the boy I was talking earlier on, and he says to us, "Do you want to play Radio 1?" I was like, "Fuck off." And he's like,
"Who's going to go?" No.
I was like, "You're at it, man." Well, this is the same boy who got my gig at Tina Park, so I should have not to believe him. And he's like, "No, I'm being serious." He says, "You'll be warming up for Annie Mac." I was like, "Right." I said, "How can you know that?" So, interesting fact about Cammy Craig, because he'll watch us, right? He owns the biggest inflatable nightclub in America.
All right.
I swear to God.
An inflatable nightclub?
Aye, it's this big, so he goes to Miami and in the States quite a lot, and they've got this big, massive inflatable nightclub. And he does like spring break and all that. Okay. So he does well. He's also the first person to do a silent disco ever. He runs silent disco. Wow. He runs his own company for that as well. You still know Couture. Remember all the run nights? That's how we got really party with that. So the Radio 1 thing was good. So it was with me, Annie Mac, Danny Howard, Alex and Barry Ennis, two guys for Glasgow, and Hannah Wants. And it was quite mad because I was in work and my phone kept going. It was a number I didn't know. And this guy, Sam, he's like the producer for Radio 1 was phoning me, and I was like, this is fucking class. Like, I felt like I feel a big deal. And
get the sunglasses back on.
I should have actually. And I should have actually. I've missed that trick here. But he said to us, with this why I check where you're wanting to play. We just need to know what you're going to play, or if it's going to now go with Annie's playing. I says, right, well, I thought about this, and I know Annie might wear it, what she plays and stuff. I was like, I wasn't going to do anything to listen. And he's like, right, that's bang on. And he sent me the set list and all that, which was quite cool.
Aye.
And then they took me aside, and he's like, you're one of the best warm-up DJs. You were actually prepared, you knew what to play, you knew who was on before you and all that, and it was really good. Then I got to have a chat with Annie Mac for a while as well, which is pretty cool. She's so nice as well. Again, so sound, man, just talking away.
I've always liked her over the years.
She's brilliant, man. She's just a really nice woman and a DJ in her own right. Like, doesn't matter now the fact she's a woman. She's just a great DJ, and she stands out because she's good, no because of any other reason.
Yep.
And she's got a good radio voice. It sounds really good, and she can tell she loves what she does.
Yeah.
She does, and I think that's important. So Danny Howard was amazing as well. It was really weird though, because I had to go and do my pal's wee brother's 30th after it.
Right.
So it's like, it was mad, like, and
1 minute you're cutting it up on Radio 1, the next minute you're doing the local Masonic.
And then my mate, well, it was a golf club, so in Renfrew, and then Danny was like, "Are you going to stay for a beer?" And I was like, "I've got another gig to go." He's like, "Oh, good luck." And I couldn't go, that's a 30. It's an I couldn't tell him, man. I just, so to Danny Howard, I've done this other cool gig somewhere. No, it was not a golf club. But
that's
was
the life of a DJ, isn't it? One set onto the next, onto the next.
Because I put it on my Instagram, it was like, there was pictures of the Radio 1 setup, and then it was me playing like Do the Hucklebuck or something. I was like, what a fucking contrast this is. But again, it's the spot it, man. Spot it.
That's it, man. You've got to graft, haven't you?
That's it.
So I mean, in terms of sort of recent gigs, one of the ones I was obviously aware of coming the turn of the year, and it was one of the ones I initially got in touch with you about, was the gig in benefit. Was it the Southern General?
Aye, it was the Ward 52.
Ward 52.
Where my dad spent quite a lot of time. So basically, my dad took really no well. Like he was really, I thought times he wasn't going to make it, and he was in intensive care twice.
Wow.
So he suffered from delirium because he was in for so long, and it got a brain. There's like he had a brain infection as well, and it kind of knocked him off. Didn't know who he was. We laugh about it now because of some of the stories he's hallucinating and all that.
Right.
And it got to a point where everything that was wrong with him got better, but things that happened to him whilst he was in was the reason he was still in. So, but his memory was away. He didn't know who I was. He didn't know who he was, which was upsetting, obviously. So they moved him to this Ward 52, and we walked in. There was people with dementia and stuff like that. So it was quite hard to take in at first, but then I got it. It was to get him talking again, and the thing about it was there was no visiting time. You could get him whenever you wanted.
Right.
So it was important because obviously the way you stimulate him, his brain and talk, it helped, but they were amazing with him as well. So every time you went to see him in that ward, there would be people in sitting talking to him, keep him going now, try to ask him questions and all that, and they'd be like, fucking let me in. But it was just, and then there was a day that we were watching a Touch of Frost. He loved Touch of Frost, and he remembered it off by heart, and there was one for like 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it was kind of like a turning point. It sounds mental, but it was like that. He was like, oh, it was hard that. She done it, she killed the guy, and blah blah, and then Big Frosty fucking catches it. This way my dad is, I feel government guy, and he every bit right. And my missus Jillian was like, that's unbelievable. And I went to him, and I was like, it's fucking mad. And then, so we just kept watching it, and I'm not saying that Dr. Frost saved him, but it was a part of it.
Yep.
But it was obviously the guys in the ward. They were obviously when the NHS gets talked about, it's about funding, and there's like negative connotations linked to it because of the government more than the people that actually work there, I think.
Absolutely. And
they were unbelievable, man. Like, I can't thank them enough. See what they done for them. Like, it was just, I was like, I need to do something to say thanks. So because of the talk about funding and stuff, I thought the best thing I can do is give them money, like, or raise them money. And I thought if I raise money for them, not only I'll raise awareness as well.
Yep.
Talking about my dad and talking about what they do. So done a night in the Brunswick, which is there. And I DJ'd for 6 hours, which was an absolute shift.
Aye. And
people just kept buying me drinks. I was fucked. It was just like, and it was like this bit at the side, and it was just drink. So I was like, which is good. No, the next day, but I done 6 hours. The Brunswick gave me it for free. They didn't charge me for the venue. My pal Gary O'Connor gave me the PR stuff for free. He's a designer, done all for free for me. I think we raised about £600 or something. So we gave something to the British Red Cross as well, because they gave me a wheelchair for free when he first got out, because he couldn't walk.
Right.
He can walk now. He couldn't walk at the time. He's doing amazing. So we actually went back.
News, man.
We went back to the ward 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you've seen it.
I seen you come back in.
And they've never seen my dad walk before, so they're all greeting and all that. And I've greeted all, man. Like it was, but in a nice way. Like,
Aye.
But they were.
You could see they had a genuine affection for your dad.
They loved him, man.
Vice versa.
I think the reason they liked my dad, or they had a relationship with my dad, is because he was, without sounding harsh, like a lot of other people in that ward were a bit more far gone than my dad. And because my dad was coming round rather than going back the way, I think they took to him more because they could actually have conversation. Because that must be a tough job, they're having the same conversation every single day.
Getting some sort of reward out of helping somebody get
And
better,
seeing progress of it,
rather than taking care of somebody that's in deteriorate. You know what I mean?
So
they're using dementia tactics to make him improve, but it's probably something they're not used to
we
seeing.
were dubious of that at first. They're like, my dad's not that, he's only 62. It's his birthday today, actually. My dad's birthday the same day. How weird is that?
Well, happy birthday to them.
Aye, no, they don't talk. So he was only 62 at the time, and I'm like, you shouldn't be here, man. Do you know what I mean? But it made, looking back and reflecting on it, it definitely makes sense, because having that stimulation and talking all the time and constant attention was what he needed. And I could get him whenever I wanted. So if I was in a back shift, I could go and see him at 10 in the morning or at 8 at night. They let me in all the time.
Aye. It's a tough gig. I mean, we've talked about it again in other episodes with previous guests when we've been talking about, you know, some of the health and sort of well-being challenges that other guests have faced, and we get that, you know, obviously they are limited and there is a lot of constraints on them, but any criticism people have of the NHS, like real people who have experienced it firsthand, it's not about the people of the NHS. It's about what's being done to the NHS. You know what I mean? Which is you know, shocking. It's, you know,
we don't realise how lucky we are.
The cornerstone of our society.
We don't realise how lucky we are, man. We definitely don't realise.
No, man. I was watching a thing the other day about diabetics dying because they can't afford insulin in America.
Yep.
You know, how mental is that? They're having to water down their
going
insulin
blind,
to last longer
because they're watering down their insulin and stuff like that.
Which is insane, man. And there's people actually like think that that's a good idea for this country. That's the way that we should go. That we should go down a more private, like sort of Medicare. I mean, I'm one of the lucky few people that get it, included my job. I don't even use it. I've never even used it. I've actually been thinking recently that I should probably use it, because me going to my GP is a strain on the NHS, so maybe I should go to a private doctor and claim it back through my insurance that I get for fuck all through work. Do you know what I mean? But I think you're right, man. We're so lucky to have. It's when you see people on Twitter and they're talking, and it's just like they're looking at people here and just going, you've got no idea what it's like not to have like guaranteed healthcare. Do you know what I mean?
That's
so lucky. I think it's shocking that you're having to rely on like fundraising. I know that it's a great thing, and loads of people do amazing fundraising for the NHS, but it should be one of the first things that's like just kind of taken care of. Do you know what I mean? But
I just wanted to say thanks to them. Like, it was just my thing's DJing. That's what I'm good at, and that's what I've done. That's what I know. So I thought, let's give people a good night to celebrate the fact my dad's better, and also to raise money. And it was a crack night. It was really good. Like, the good thing about the Brunswick is it's got a hotel linked to it. Yeah. So I booked a room, man. I was fucked. I was honestly even around it, man. Like, not only because of the drink, because I've been DJing for 6 hours. It's a shift, man. No. So, but it was good. But and to talk about music, it was actually good because I got to play disco to Happy Hardcore. So I got to go through everything.
To go through your repertoire.
So I went for like Diana Ross to like Kixie. So that's what I finished on, was like something for like Happy Hardcore. So
that's one thing I always appreciate about you when we've talked about music early years, is that you do have a really like eclectic taste in music. Like, you have a real like solid like deep knowledge of what you're playing. Like, you understand it, and that's something that definitely shows in how you perform.
Because my dad was, like I said, DJ, but he played a lot of stuff. He played stuff like I wouldn't have probably go anywhere else, like Blancmange. A band called Blancmange, an 80s band. Do you know who they are? No?
I've heard them before.
But they're really like, they're not a big name, but I was listening to a lot of Blancmange. Just check them out, they're dynamite. I went to see them in the audio. The guy's amazing still, but I got to listen to Blancmange and Deep Purple and OMD and stuff like that, and Kraftwerk and all that, and I think that has had a big part to play on how I am and how I appreciate good music. And not only that, like, if I don't like something, I can appreciate why other people like it. And I think I'm not a snob.
No, I wouldn't say you. I'd say when we met each other, I was probably the musical snob.
I would absolutely agree with that.
I would
absolutely agree with that.
Pure, you're a what? I'm a DJ. Like,
I would have probably said maybe Mary a musical fascist, but
Aye.
we'll go with snob.
Aye.
There's a like that's a thing in dance music, like techno snobs, people that only like techno and they'll slag you like something else and all that. But I just like, if it's good, play it, man. It doesn't matter what it is.
No,
If
exactly.
it gets people jumping about,
I don't
then
think anybody that's ever been successful's ever been a musical snob. Do you know what I mean? And like being a DJ anyway. Do you know
no,
what I
you
mean?
can't be.
You've got to be open
You're
to
just limiting yourself, man.
Exactly.
You're just limiting. I love throwing in like mental tunes that nobody expects. No, that
Aye.
I remember I done a gig in Haute Couture. I played a dance version of the Spice Girls, and it's probably my finest
went
moment.
mental.
But it did, but and I cut my pals like that. You're about it.
Other DJs giving you stick, but
I
everybody
got
on the
it.
dance floor's gone tonto.
I got it tight for doing
Aye.
it, but I don't regret it.
Aye, people kicked off.
I've done a couple of daft things like that before I played. There was a time I was playing in Vicky's and my missus is going to laugh because she knows what I'm going to say. And I tried to be really smart and I played Blinded by the Lights by the Streets, which is a
Okay.
really downbeat slow
Yeah.
tune. And I tried to end the night on it and it was like, it just didn't happen, man.
Aye.
And people walked off the dance floor
Oh.
and I had to mix it up.
That's one of the songs I used to use at house parties to get people to phone taxis.
Well, it works.
That and Johnny
Aye,
Cash's
so-
Heart. If you want people to leave your house, put either Blinded by the Lights or Johnny Cash's
So I've
Heart.
done that and I just get these looks, man. I had to mix it really quickly and my pals were standing at the side in Vicky's just pissing themselves like, you
I
think
can
you're
get
too
why you
good now.
thought it would work.
You think you're
Aye.
too good now?
I get why
Like,
you
you think you're
thought-
too good now? Like, just stick to playing the fucking doof. Like, don't be too smart. And but lesson learned. So that was definitely. That was a while ago, but it was. I didn't. Aye. So
It's a beastie of tune to be fair. It's maybe no nightclub.
I done it again, but I done it on I done it on the Ibiza Sunset,
Right.
and it worked.
Aye,
Obviously,
of course, aye.
like so. I was 10 years too early with it, but when I done it on the Sunset and
Trailblazer. That's what it was.
on the boat, that
Aye.
worked. Aye, especially in a
Absolutely.
place like Ibiza for obvious reasons.
Aye, well, true. Especially when you listen to the song. So, I mean, obviously, you know, your dad's health is picked up, which is great.
Yep.
In terms of health, like, having watched previous episodes, we always kind of look to sort of pivot towards, you know, sort of mental healthy stuff. And obviously this week, you know, unfortunately, we've been met with another sort of male suicide in Keith Flint, who is obviously a massive sort of figure in the dance scene,
Yeah.
like one of the sort of pioneers who went for an on-stage dancer to like one of the best frontmen of a generation. Obviously in recent year, well, in the last year or so, I think one of the things you and I spoke about on Facebook in the last year or so was Avicii, and
Aye,
you know,
like,
obviously that was again quite a surprising thing, and like, I mean, is there something that's like an actual real concern in the music
think so.
industry or the dance
I
industry?
definitely think so, and I think that's why I'd said it to you. I'd like to talk about it because I hope that anybody that watches this now takes something for it, hopefully, because I think it's it doesn't need to be that level of success to be an issue though.
Mm-hmm.
So Keith Flint obviously he's like the Mick Jagger of the dance world. I think
Yeah.
like that. I know it's a loose analogy, but you know what I mean in respect.
yeah,
He's
for
like an
sure,
iconic
Absolutely.
frontman, and when you think of the Rolling Stones, you think of Mick Jagger. When you think of the Prodigy, you think of him with the hair. It's just a thing, and you would think that on the outside that he's got everything gone for him, and he's obviously he's a millionaire, you'd imagine, and you'd think he's got everything gone for him, but it's not like that. And I think somebody recently, maybe before we started, a guy called Davey Martin. He's a local DJ, but he took his own life as well, I believe, and he was one of the most well-liked guys I know.
Yeah.
And he was like he'd done really well. He was always busy, and he was very positive, and always try to bring everybody else up.
Yep.
I've got a pal Gemma, he's messed her in as well, and now she put like screenshots it on Facebook, like this is how much a nice guy he was, and he's trying to bring everybody else up, and then he chose now to do that, and it's like, obviously people will talk about people like Avicii doing it and stuff like that now, taking their own life, or like, because they're high level, but I don't think it's just at that level that it needs to be looked at. There's lots of different reasons. I think some of the reasons are linked to DJing and to do with music and to do with success.
Yeah.
And I'll explain what I mean by that. But it might be other things. But what I mean by that is, there's been times where I've been lucky enough to play to thousands of people, like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people.
Yep.
And the buzz for that is unbelievable. You can't describe it. It's better than any drug, better than anything. But the crash for that is ridiculous. It's like a come down. And I think what happens is people replace that with drugs or drink or
which are going to be pretty
Company.
rife in that environment.
Company as well. So they'll take women up the road, or guys, or whatever it is.
Whatever works for them.
And to keep that buzz going, they don't want to be themselves after it's all done.
Yeah.
I've done it myself. I've partied for days after gigs, and then seen when all my pals leave and I'm in my flat and it's everybody's away, and it's like then the crash for the adrenaline for the gig and everything else, the drink and all that. When that hits you, it's dark, man. And I think like happens a lot. People replace the feeling, try and chase the feeling of the buzz for the gig with other stuff, whatever that may be. And I think when you combine all that together, that's that. Aye, and then I think as well when you're on your own, you can be your own worst enemy with your thoughts and stuff. Now, if you're not thinking straight because of chemicals of drugs, drink, or whatever else, then
even just the adrenaline, as you say.
It's dangerous, man. And I think sometimes that happens. There's been a lot of big DJs that have come out and spoke about it. Finally, there's a guy called Ben Pierce that took about a year off.
Okay.
Because of his mental health, and it was unheard of. Like, it's just a big, massive thing.
So, it's still quite a taboo subject in the industry.
And he mentioned it, and there's other DJs that mentioned it as well. And I don't know why now Davey chose to do it. I'm not saying that's why it was. It might have been personal reasons, I don't know. But
it's a really complex issue. It's hard to
judge.
One thing, I would say.
It's hard to judge. It's hard to distinguish by. It's hard to now define what it is, but I don't think it gets talked about enough. And I think like there's this thing a lot of guys need to toughen up and suck up and all that shit, and I don't agree with that, man. No. Like it's 2019. If you want to talk about something, you should be able to talk about it, no matter what now. Man. And I think that it doesn't happen enough. And I think that there's somebody else as well. I know a girl, Jen Barnes, her wee brother as well. He sadly chose to do that as well. And she's took it and she's done a documentary about it and all that. Right. So if you can check it out, I'll send you a link to that.
Absolutely.
He was into music as well. He was a rapper called Lumo, and he was massive, man. I watched a wee bit of the documentary. And such a well respected, well liked, and idolised, and thought of guy. People looked up to him, and for whatever reason, you'll never know, but he chose to do that as well. Yeah. And Jen talks about it really openly.
It's going to be hard.
She's a hero, man, honestly, and she talks about it, and she's done documentaries about it, and she's trying to make a change. And I think we obviously talk, like I said before, the people like Keith Flint and all that have chosen to choose that way out now, to go down, now to take their own life. That all get the headlines, but I think it's bigger than that.
Oh, for sure, man. Every different person that we talk to, I almost ask everybody, do you think this is something that's in whatever DJs, musicians, and then you just realise it's just everybody's.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Pandemic, it's like it's getting worse by the day as well.
Yeah.
I think like being a musician, playing gigs, it's a similar sort of thing. I mean, I've done gigs in front of full rooms and I've done gigs in front of nobody, and I mean, try to think about it a lot. I think my thing was, if I can learn, so the first thing was, if I can learn how to play this song on guitar and impress people, that's going to make me feel good about myself. And then I done it and went, right, still don't feel good about myself, right, so now I need to do it in front of 10 people, and I've done it in front of 10 people, and 10 people tell me it's great, still didn't feel good about myself. Yeah. And it just scaled for there to the point where, I mean, we played sold out gigs in King Tut's, and I'd come off stage and people would be coming up to me going, mate, you just blew my mind, and inside I'd be going, bullshit.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe you, because I don't feel what you're telling me you felt. Like, how am I not feeling this? How am I not feeling that? And it's come down to I just wasn't happy with myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of the times, like, you clearly love music, I clearly love music, but I chased this dream that was almost like dangled out in front of me, and it was always 10% outside my reach. Do you know what I mean? I just couldn't quite get to that next 10%. I look back now on some of the nights that I had and just think,
you wish you'd enjoyed them more.
Oh, if I could go back now, like we were talking about barfly
in the moment.
Talk about barfly, and I was just sitting thinking about with another guest, and I was just thinking about the barfly. I was thinking about, see if I could go back to some of the nights, man, and play the gigs. I would be like,
appreciate it more,
I'd probably have a tear in my eye. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was coming off stage and being like, shite. I'll do better next time. And I think, like you're saying, it's almost like you're trying to replace that feeling on stage with actual happiness, rather than experiencing a joyous moment, but coming off stage and going, do you know what, that was amazing, but I'm still really happy that I get to go home or whatever it is. I think that's something that we miss sometimes. Like,
yeah, I think it's something that it is obviously becoming...
That was my experience, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what everybody experiences,
No.
but for me, that's what I experienced. I just had such low self-esteem that I almost couldn't fully enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed the moments when I was in the moment, and I'd be like, this is amazing.
But you didn't reflect on it enough.
10 minutes later, I'd be like, it's not enough.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's just I want something more, and then I'd go and I'd get fucked up, and then it'd be
That's
like,
it.
just keep going and keep
Back
going.
chasing it again, exactly as you're saying.
That's it. It's like what you said is very similar to what I was saying. It's like people try and chase that buzz and chase that feeling, and I think when you're DJing as well, it's like you like being like not the centre of the attention, but now you're the star of the show. If you're because it's just you and the people,
your back, guy.
and it's obviously like so. I think sometimes people will get people back. Like, I know, but I'm not mentioning any names, but pals. I mean, I've had parties with people in their houses for days. They hardly even know, just to have company, and just to have because they want to be themselves. Because they know when it becomes that time and nobody's there and it's just them, all they've got in there is themselves and their thoughts. And when it gets to that can be really dangerous.
I think at a reasonable level as well, when people are performing, say for instance, in the dance music scene or what EDM or whatever we're calling it.
Please don't ever say that.
No, cool.
Please don't.
I was actually going to say, what is that? Because it says it there, EDM.
Like, I think it's
electronic dance music. It is,
right, is that what
right. Which is a bit daft because most music that's dance is electronic. But that's a different topic.
That's a little oxymoron. I think as well, like, so you're out there, you're being, relatively successful in your trade, and you're booking your gigs. I think one of the things as well, could be a real danger is the notion of isolation. Because as you say, it's all you, it's all off your back. You're out there doing your own thing. It's your ideas and your technique. But then it's a completely different sort of living cycle. I know obviously you have real work, but I mean, as well as what you're doing in your own time. But for somebody, like I say, one of these higher level, lightning rod, like
that's all they've got.
I've had is that they're, the people who they would interact with in their real life aren't they up at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning when they're coming off of work and stuff like that. So I think as well as all these other pressures, isolation could probably be something that is quite prominent and probably why
I think that's why
those other people
like
in them.
having I know call centre roles are getting our jobs are slagged, but I've done it now for over 10 years and I like having that balance.
Yep.
So I think it's important to have a work-life balance, and I think being able to now interact with people in a call centre, I talk to probably 100 people a day, you know what it's like. Yep. So having that and then the mix that the DJing to me is escapism. So I appreciate it, I'm grateful and I enjoy it, I love it, it's my life, but it's not the only thing in my life.
Yep.
I enjoy work, I'm lucky enough to have a job that I enjoy. I work for a company that I enjoy working for.
Yep.
I've got a good team, I've got good pals in work, I've got a good family behind me, but I think what you're saying is bang on. If you're only DJing and you're on the road constantly, or that's all you do, even if you're a mobile DJ, if you're somebody, there's a lot of guys I know that do it full time and that's all they do is parties. So all you're essentially doing is giving other people a good night for their birthday or their wedding, but you're not good at that's depressing. A job. That's a job to you. So it's all well and good. I'm having a good night now doing a wedding, but you don't know.
You feel separate for the fun sometimes.
You kind of do because you don't really know it. I still do the odd wedding, but I'm lucky enough to do it for people that I know. That's all I would. If I done it for you,
engagement.
I would only do it for people that I know. I wouldn't do it for friends.
Absolutely slabbing and paralytic.
It was good though.
It was funny.
But I wouldn't do parties for people I didn't know. Whereas I've got pals that do parties, and that's what they do, and they're out every weekend, Friday, Saturday. Some of them even do kids parties on a Sunday morning and all that, but they make good money. But
it's not about the money, but is it?
All you're doing is giving other people, all that time you're spending entertaining other families, you're not really seeing your own family.
Yeah.
And see if you're off Monday to Friday, that might, or Monday to Thursday, that might sound amazing, but everybody else is at work. So for that 4 days, if you're sitting there, or you've not really got many people to sit where you're good, where do things with, and then when it gets to the weekend when everybody's off, you're at working.
You're away.
Do you get what I'm talking about?
There's a disconnect there,
So if you're feeling down or whatever, or fed up or whatever, where do you get the chance to really talk to somebody? Do you get what I mean? If you're single as well, so if you're a single guy or girl and you're DJing or karaoke, I've got lasses I know that do karaoke and stuff like that. If you're constantly doing that every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and everybody else at work or whatever, then there is a massive disconnect, man. And I think it's things like this. You would never get to the answer or the nitty gritty. There's so many different ways it can go. But I think from my experiences, I'm lucky enough to see it from both sides that I've played things like at Tea in the Park and all that, and I've played at Colours Festival, but I've also done stab-ins, and private functions and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people in that kind of, it's like a community of people that are all quite party, but they'll never talk about that because they don't want to see it as like a weakness. So they'll ask somebody to cover a gig for them, but they wouldn't
say I'm in the whole way anxiety.
I don't feel well. Or they'd ask somebody to cover a gig, but it might be because they've got an anxiety attack. But they wouldn't tell them why. Oh, I've got something on. So
something else
it'd be good if there would be some way. Now, I think it's hard. I think sometimes as well, it is actually easy to talk to people you don't know, but it's just finding it the chance to do it or taking the step to do it. And it scares me how many times that if somebody done that, what the outcome might be, might have not been what they've chose to do.
Talk about the NHS earlier on, one of the major failings, and it's not the NHS's fault, it's the system, but one of the major failings is the mental health sector. If we were going to cherry pick some of the ideas that they have in America and some of the stuff that they've done, is that everybody's got a therapist out there. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, I mean, maybe even too early, but they've got their wains with therapists. They've got therapists all the way through. They almost like coach themselves through life constantly. And whereas in the UK,
it's normalised there in that
we
respect.
don't even tell people when we're like almost being sick with anxiety. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas over there, it's almost like they're straight on it. They're absolutely straight on it. But it's because they're surrounded by the facilities. I mean, even if you want to privately go and find a therapist, it's not like that easy. Do you know what I mean? They're not everywhere.
It's a big thing it's a big thing to admit to do as well. I think like to go, I'm going to speak to somebody, like, and if you've not getting to put it past.
I think it's why it's so important, Mel, never that the names you talked about earlier on the night, where you're saying there is DJs actually starting to almost kind of like come out and say, well, look, do you know what, I've struggled and stuff like that. And I think that needs to be encouraged, because I think it's what's driving the change in people's attitudes over the years is that different sectors at different times, whether it be, you know, in the rock bands or DJs, whether it be authors or TV personalities or celebrities or whatever it is, that as these people encounter these crises and have these issues, that the ones that come out and talk about it are the ones that actually sort of lead the charge in helping other people get better. And I think if there's guys actually, and women, as you say, starting to come out and say, do you know what, I'm a world-class DJ, but there are times where I also struggle. It can only encourage other people to do.
It's been hard to do that previously. I mean, film, obviously, like, people have their opinion of the Lassie, but Film Cotton's podcast I've listened to a very small amount of it, like 10 minutes. And I listened to the episode on Russell Brand, and she had said that in the TV industry and in the entertainment industry as a whole, if you had ever dare say, I suffer from mental health issues, your job was done.
Yeah.
Because they would just literally blackball you.
Yellow scan.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Unreliable, don't know what's going to happen here, just absolutely not. And people like her, she's actually took to just disconnecting herself from everything and starting her own podcast as a way of getting the message out, because whenever she said that she's found that she's been open about her mental health, the phone's just dried up.
Ringing. That definitely needs to change.
So that's something that I think in the past, prominent people have just been like, they would go to their manager maybe, and they're saying like somebody close and say, listen, I'm not feeling, they would just be like, look, go into the work, because the second that you stop and say that it's because of maybe depression or whatever it is, we're done.
So it's interesting that you say that, because apparently, and if you read online, a lot of people have got the opinion that it was Avicii's managers that killed him.
Oh, right.
Like, it drove him to, like,
just through overworking them.
There's a documentary about Avicii. I've not watched it, but I've seen me snippets of it, and he's I think there's a bit of it in it. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but he says, I don't want to do this, and the manager's like, no, get fucking out and do it, kind of thing. Like, it's money, but obviously the manager's just driving, like, and it's like you need to put a brave face on, because if you're DJing, you're sitting there door face, then people are going to notice, and it won't work.
Your vibe is important.
So
yourself
I've read a lot about Avicii's, about his manager on that, and apparently, he was a part of it, and somebody made a comparison, and it's a bit mental, but I can kind of see it. It was like Amy Winehouse's dad.
Okay.
Apparently people say that he was a factor in her being now
driving her to something she didn't want to be.
Apparently she wanted to stop touring and get herself better, and he's like, no, get fucking out and all that.
Same way.
I read this. That was the man analogy. It was sort of a comparison. It was somebody else. I read it online, and it was like, it was quite mental. That there's a comparison between Avicii and Amy Winehouse, but then when you think about it, there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Both of them are young, successful, really, really young, like mega successful,
And
really, really
blew
quickly,
up in a
and
really
buy,
short
and it was like,
period of time.
I think that's Kurt Cobain's the exact same. Do you know what I mean? That guy took an overdose of champagne and sleeping tablets in Rome, was back on stage 3 days later because they were like, you cannot cancel this tour. Like, you need to get yourself back out there as soon as you're well. And then people are sitting there forcing themselves out to do these jobs. Like you're saying, can you imagine what it would be like if you didn't want to do what you were doing for one, but then you're expecting, or you're putting the pressure on yourself to turn up and entertain a couple of 100,000 people,
face
and then the meet and greet, and then the signing, and then the interviews. It would be absolutely fucking horrendous.
Even the lady
even just
Gaga
got
had
a
it as
shop,
well, didn't she?
got to a shop, a retail job. To me, sometimes it's like, I can't do this today. Can you imagine what it'd be like if it was literally like, you're responsible for 500,000 people's fun?
Good night.
Yeah.
Or the night out on their holiday.
That's fucking crazy pressure, man.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
But like I said, I think like it's important that it's discussed at local level.
Yeah.
As well as like, obviously the high level stuff I said gets so the headlines not, but I've heard of quite a few people now that, like young guys especially, that have taken their own life. I think there's in Scotland, there's definitely like an epidemic, I think.
Aye, absolutely. They were saying something like, I think there was a stat I read the other day, they're saying something like 4,900 odd people, took their life in the last year or whatever, which obviously is something that we need to address as a matter of priority. But hopefully, as you say, things are starting to change and
it's definitely changing, I think.
And hopefully a positive direction across the board.
Definitely. I mean, things like Scotland are talking about going back to the 4-day working week, and just things like saying that mental health issues cost private business somewhere in the regions of £40 billion a year in the UK just because of the amount of absence that happens. I think that the tide's turning. I think we're going to see just more and more people just come out and be honest about how they're experiencing things so that we can get to the boat, mate.
I think even just today, your local MSP, or the First Minister as she's known, was out launching 50 million quid's worth of postnatal mental health support and stuff like that. So it is obviously getting out there, across the board, which is great. I mean, obviously, and as I say, it's great to see that it is becoming media discussion, it's becoming less taboo and stuff like that. But in terms of where we're going here, what's up next? Where are you going in terms of what you can obviously talk about?
There's quite a lot going on. I'm going to start promoting again.
Right.
So I've not actually, this is the first time I mentioned this.
You always struck me as you enjoyed that.
I loved it, man. It's good because it brings everybody together.
On the house you were involved with previously, Andy Rayside.
Andy's actually signed with Defected Records now.
Wow.
He actually works for Defected now, which is one of the biggest labels in Europe.
Aye.
So Andy's actually a booking agent for them. So he's moved to London.
Congratulations.
He's done amazing. I still talk to him all the time. The nights we done on the house were amazing. Like some of the best gigs of my entire life. I
definitely enjoyed a couple of the Haute Couture nights myself.
That's how I got Pally with Cammy, who got me the gig at Tea in the Park and got me the gig at Radio 1. Still talk to him all the time as well. He's actually asked me to do a gig in an office, a gin party. But I'll do it because I'm not going to say hi to Tea in the Park and then and then going, fuck off. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
your gin party.
he needs to go to Miami to do that blow up in Playboy.
Right.
So I'm doing that for him. But on the house, I don't really talk about it, but that all kind of came after I ran mine nights. I was in Vicky's. I ran a night in a place called Lemon and Lime, this wee tiny bar.
Right.
And Andy done it, and then after Saturday I done it a Friday, and we were getting like 150 bodies each. And he's like, look, let's fucking do something together. And then that's how On the House started.
Yep.
On the House was called On the House because when you went to Lemon and Lime, you get a free shot on the house. So it's fuck all day with house music. It was today with a shot.
All right.
That's how and then it was stuck. And then we moved to Haute Couture and that. So the On the House nights were great.
Was it Head Candies did
done Head Candy. We get 1,200 people at that. We had a few bangers over the years, but most of them were really successful. We booked guys called Dimitri Vegas and like Mike, who are like two of the biggest. Well, they were actually voted the biggest DJs in the world last year, I think.
Wow.
Two guys from Belgium. We booked a lot of big DJs for that. We booked Sam Devine for Defected, Cats and Dogs and stuff like that. So we moved to St Jude's eventually.
Yep, I remember
before it changed. But I did enjoy it. The booking side is a bit different for a gig because when you're DJing, you just kind of turn up, play tunes, and fuck off.
Yeah.
The promoting it's a bit different. So I've had a good couple of years, like obviously playing Radio 1 and all that. It's kind of gave me a taste for trying something new. I got a tune signed as well last year, so which is something I've done. I sent myself a wee bucket list last year, and that was one of the things was to get a tune signed and get Govern in the name. So I called it Viva la Govern.
Viva la Govern.
And it's
brilliant.
It's signed to a label, so it's actually on Spotify and that now. So it kind of gave me a taste to try and push myself again, because I'm doing well and I'm comfy with gigs, residencies and whatever else. But I thought, why not try it again? So on the 31st of May, I'm doing a night. I'm starting my night again. It's a disco and a house night called Body Language.
Nice.
And I've got two guys for the sub club DJing, McEwen and Torrance. I've got a guy, Peter Farley, who's probably my favourite DJ.
That name even rings a bell.
Peter Farley's probably my favourite DJ for Glasgow.
Right.
Ever. The guy's a fucking beast.
It's a good get then, man.
Aye, so Peter's going to, me and Peter are going to do tours back to back. And I've got a guy called Hislop. It's a guy called Craig McHugh. He's been a resident in the Social for 15 years.
Okay.
And he's only started making tunes this year. Kind of similar to me.
Right.
So I've gave him like a headline gig at this to try and get his name out there. So he's got a tune now called Bucky's Disco.
All right.
And it's amazing. It's actually amazing. So he's got that. I think it was in the top 5 in track source and that. So he's coming along to play. So it's in the Brittle Brunswick, which is called the Amsterdam now.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that on the 31st of May. And it's me and the guys that I mentioned. It's just like house disco edits and stuff like that. So that's in May. I think hopefully that goes well. It's quite a small intimate venue. I'm not going to try and fill a 500 capacity. That'd be stupid. So I want it to be small and tight and like intimate, and see what happens with that. As I said, next Saturday I'm DJing with Camel Fat through City and still Falkirk. And then I've got Ibiza on the 27th of April, and I've got the big gig from Falkirk again, on the 11th of May.
Busy boy, man.
So I've got all that going on. I've got a couple of things that are in the pipeline later on in the year, but up to about May time I'm quite busy. I'm still in the Radisson as well.
Yeah.
You should come along.
Aye, man. I'm just going to ask Shaft Mike. What's the score with, man?
I'll sort these out, man. I still play in October Cafe quite a fair wee bit as well. Right, so I sometimes play in the Old Tunnel. It's a revolution now.
Is it back open?
Dynamite. It's really good what they've done, mate. So, do you ever get into the Old Tunnel and up the stairs was like the ticket office kind of bit? That's actually not a massive bar.
All right.
With a DJ's playing it, and then down the stairs is a club to free. So I kind of cover a couple of people in there. I do that now and again. That's a good gig as well.
Nice.
So a little bit. Only kind of main residency I've got to know is the Radisson. But I like having different places as well.
You've got a few irons in the fire.
It's good, man. But Radisson's probably my main residency. And then this club night I'm starting on the 31st.
Well, dude, anything we can do to promote it and the build up to it, man.
Just come along. I like people to come to things, man. Just come along, get a few drinks, man.
Superb. Well, I mean, mate, that's really us. We're a wee bit early on now, which is par for the course. No, honestly, it's as much as anything else. Just really like to say thanks again for coming in. We'll obviously,
thank you.
When we're posting in the next couple of weeks, get links to all your various bits and bobs. Viva la Govern, particularly, I think, because I remember seeing it, but I don't think I heard it at the time, so I'll be looking that one up.
Aye.
And again, just cheers.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.